Roach strain ready for augmentation. Protoss research facilities discovered. Experiments within useful to evolve swarm. Must acquire. Destroy Protoss. Improve swarm. Planet Kantar. Concealed Protoss facility. Many Protoss specimens. Captive Scantipede is virulent parasite.
Well then, why don't we let it out to play?
Implants parasites into host. Erupt from corpse. Essence must be ours. Protoss must not destroy.
Hello and welcome back to Heart of the Swarm. This is just a simple basic evolution mission so we can turn our roaches into something even better. Now, this evolution mission is perhaps the most one-sided evolution mission in the entire game.
Essence acquired. Roaches modified with parasitic sequence. Corpser strain implants roachling parasite. Erupts from enemy's corpse.
Push forward. Leave no survivors.
And the reason it's so one-sided is that this evolution, the Corpser, is amazing. And look at that, that's Diablo, the Lord of Terror. He's a lot smaller than the last time I saw him, but we'll forgive him that. We did pretty soundly kick his ass, so I guess that causes him to shrink. But yes, back to the Corpsers. They're amazing, because every time they kill something, you get two of these mini roaches. They last a pretty generous amount of time, and it's so zergy. You know, you can just kill your enemy and swarm all over them in like a mass of just incredibleness. See, look, those little roachlings. I mean, granted, they don't last long because they're pretty small, but they did some pretty decent damage all on their own before I got involved. And just think how amazing they are, right? Because they deal decent damage, and they're free units. They're another target for your enemy to be hitting, and when they're hitting them, which they usually are, they usually prioritize the roachlings. That means they're not hitting your roaches. So it just makes your roaches so much better, and therefore, I mean, look at this, we're killing lots of enemies, we're getting so many roachlings, it's just such a great zergy feeling. And they're like zerglings in a way, little ranged zerglings. Look, they're making short work of these immortals, which is supposed to be the death of roaches.
Protoss destroyed. Scantipede essence secure.
So we can just extrapolate from that the fact that the Corpser is amazing. Now this next evolution, the Vile Roach,
Melis 4. Environment used to guide evolution.
is just nowhere near as good. I mean, it's okay. It's basically a marauder. It just doesn't feel as zergy.
Microbial organisms reproduce within pools. Generations of roaches ordered to consume. Most organs seize up, die. Survivors adapted, formed symbiotic bond with microbes. New strain, Vile Roach, ready for command.
I sense Protoss forces nearby. Let's see these new roaches in combat.
This planet, it's a shame it's only for this tiny little evolution mission, because I think this is quite a pretty map. But anyway, yeah.
Slows movement, slows attacks.
There you go, it slows movement, slows attacks. It's like a pretty powerful Terran Marauder, essentially, which, while useful, it just doesn't feel zergy, and you cannot viscerally see the benefit in the same way you can see the Corpser. Like, when I'm in a big battle, now I've got my roaches and I'm going in there on the offensive, I'm not going to notice, ooh hoo hoo, my opponent is attacking slightly slower. How delicious. But what I will notice is, oh my god, I have roachlings everywhere. So I love the Corpser, and I hate the fact that my micro is so bad that I only had like 3 roaches attacking that Archon for most of that. And see, I'm pretty serious about my roach micro though. I burrow them as best I can. I couldn't save that one though. But another roach has taken his place. That's the power of the Zerg. Yeah, see, I do my best to save my roaches, because I love my roaches. But you see what I mean. Like, we're beating these Protoss up, but it just doesn't look as satisfying as when we did it with the corpses. So, for that reason, I am just a huge fan of corpses. I love them. If only there was a way to get them in the multiplayer. Because if that was the case, then I truly would only build roaches. Currently, I pretty much only build roaches, but if corpses were a thing, I would really only build roaches. Now, these Colossus are pretty powerful. My roaches are getting close to dead, but we have just about done it. I don't actually know if it's possible to win with no micro, because I'm assuming it is, because these aren't really missions, they're just tests. But either way, I attempted to micro. But then again, because the Colossus do splash damage, so me borrowing my roaches was probably actually a bad move, because they were still taking damage, but weren't dealing any. That might have been disruptive micro. But there you go. Quickest decision I have ever made. I'm going for the Corpser. Because they're just so great. And you're going to see me using them a lot from now on, because Roachlings! They're just the best. Anyway, that was just the end of this super tiny, quick little evolution mission, which really shouldn't count towards the total missions that are in the game, Blizzard. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you later.